Hey, what's up you guys, it's Dorothy and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we're going to go into chapter 20 of Marked by PC Cast and Kristen Cast. So let's get right into this video. This video may contain sensitive topics and foul language. If you do not wish to continue, I suggest you click off the video now. You have been warned. Excuse me. I was going to have to talk to Nefret. I thought about it as Stevie Ray and I rushed through breakfast the next morning. I didn't want to tell her anything about my supposed strange reaction to the elements. I mean, I hadn't been lying to Stevie Ray. I could have imagined the entire thing. What if I tell Nefret and she makes me take some kind of weird affinity test in this school? Who knew? And she finds out that I don't have anything other than an overreactive imagination. No way, I did want to go through that. I had to just keep my mouth shut until I knew more about it. I also didn't want to say anything to her about thinking I might have seen Elizabeth's ghost. Like, I wanted Nefret to think I was delusional. Nefret was cool, but she was an adult, and I could almost hear that it was just your imagination because you've been through so many changes lecture I would get if I admitted to seeing a ghost. But I did need to talk to her about the bloodlust thing. If I liked it so much, why did the thought of it still make me feel queasy? Yeah. Think she's going to follow you to class, Stevie Ray said, pointing to Nala. I looked down at my feet, where the cat lay curled, purring contentedly. Can she? Do you mean, is she allowed? I nodded. Yeah, cats can go anywhere they want. Huh? I said, reaching down to scratch the top of her head. I guess she might follow me around all day then. Well, I'm glad she's yours and not mine. From what I saw when the alarm went off, she's a serious pillow hogger. I laughed. You're right about that. How such a petite girl could push me off my own pillow, I don't know. I gave her her head one more scratch. Let's go. We're gonna be late. I stood up with my bowl in my hand and almost ran smack into Aphrodite. She was, as usual, flanked by Terrible and warlike. Wasp was nowhere to be seen. Maybe she'd taken a shower this morning and melted when the water touched her. Aphrodite's smile reminded me of a piranha I'd seen at the Jenkins Aquarium when my biology class went there last year on a field trip. Hi, Zoe. Gosh, you left in such a hurry last night, I didn't get a chance to say bye. Sorry you didn't have a good time. It's too bad, but the Dark Daughters isn't for everyone. She glanced at Stevie Ray and curled her lip. Actually, I had a great time last night, and I absolutely loved the dress you gave me. I gushed, thank you for inviting me to join the Dark Daughters. I totally accept. Aphrodite's feral smile flattened. Really? I grinned like an utterly clueless fool. Really? When's the next meeting or ritual or whatever? Or should I just ask Nefret? I'm going to see her this morning. I know she'll be happy to hear how welcome you made me feel last night and that now I'm a part of the Dark Daughters. Aphrodite hesitated for just a moment, then she smiled again and matched my clueless tone of voice perfectly. Yeah, I bet Nefret will be glad to hear you've joined us, but I am the leader of the Dark Daughters and I know our schedule by heart, so there's no need to bother her with silly questions. Tomorrow is our shaman celebration. Wear your dress. She emphasized the word, and my smile widened. I'd meant to get her, and I had. And meet at the rec hall right after dinner, 4:30 a.m. sharp. Great, I'll be there. Good. What a nice surprise, she said slickly, then followed by Terrible and Warlike, who looked vaguely shell-shocked. The three of them left the kitchen. Hags from hell, I muttered under my breath. I glanced at Stevie Ray, who was staring at me with a stricken expression frozen on her face. You're joining them? She whispered. It's not what you think. Come on, I'll tell you on the way to class. I put our breakfast dishes in a dishwasher and herded the too quiet Stevie Ray out of the dorm. Nala padded after us, occasionally hissing at any cat who dared wander too close to me on the sidewalk. I'm reconsidering, just like you said last night, I explained. No, I don't like it, she said, shaking her head so hard she made her short hair bounce crazily. Have you never heard of the old saying, keep your friends close and your enemies closer? Yeah, but that's all I'm doing. Aphrodite gets away with too much crap. She's mean, she's selfish, she's a predator. She can't be what Nyx wants for a high priestess. Stevie Ray's eyes got huge. You're going to stop her? Well, I'm gonna try. And as I spoke, I felt a sapphire crescent moon on my forehead tingle. Thanks for the cat things you got, Nala, I said. Nefret looked up from the paper she was grading and smiled. Nala, that's a good name for her, but you should thank Skylar, not me. He's the one who told me she was coming. Then she glanced at the orange ball of fur that was impatiently twining between my legs. She's really attached to you. Her eyes lifted again to meet mine. Tell me, Zoe, do you ever hear her voice inside your head or know exactly where she is, even when she's not in the same room as you? I blinked. Nefret thought I might have an affinity for cats. No, I don't. hear her in my head, but she does complain at me a lot, and I wouldn't know about whether or not I knew where she is when she's not with me. She's always with me. She is delightful. Nefret crooked a finger at Nala and said, "Come to me, child." Instantly, Nala potted and jumped up on Nefret's desk, scattering papers everywhere. "Oh gosh, I'm sorry, Nefret." I grabbed for Nala, but Nefret waved me away. She scratched Nala's head, and the cat closed her eyes and purred. Cats are always welcome, and papers are easily reorganized. "Now, what is it that you really wanted to speak to me about, Zoe Bird?" Her use of my grandma's nickname for me made my heart hurt. I suddenly missed her with an intensity that had made blinking tears from my eyes. "Are you missing your old home?" Nefret asked softly. "No, not really. Well, except for Grandma, but I've been so busy that I guess I just now realized it," I said guiltily. "You don't miss your mother and father?" It wasn't like she said it as a question, but I felt that I needed to answer her. "No. Well, I don't really have a dad. He left us when I was little. My mom remarried 3 years ago, and well, you can tell me. I give you my word that I will understand," Nefret said. "I hate him," I said with more anger than I expected to feel. "Since he joined our family," I said the word sarcastically, "nothing has been right. My mom totally changed. It's like she can't be his wife and my mother anymore. It hasn't been my home for a long time. My mother died when I was 10 years old. My father did not remarry. Instead, he began to use me as his wife. From the time I was 10 until Nick saved me by marking me when I was 15, he abused me." Nefret paused and then let the shock of what she was saying settle into me before she continued. "So you see, when I say that I understand what it is to have your home become an unbearable place, I am not just spouting platitudes." "That's awful." I didn't know what else to say. "It was then. Now it is simply another memory. Zoe, humans in your past and even in your present and future will become less and less important to you until eventually you will feel very little for them. You'll understand this more as you continue to change." I'm going to leave it off right there, and I will see you guys in part 2 of this chapter.